Your referee is Yevgeny Olansevich.
Big thanks to Kaif Energy Drink. I've had 2 already because I love energy and because I love the taste of Kaif Energy Drink.
You ready?
Well, I think Artur Sviridov put the question to rest. Would he be intimidated by the atmosphere? He is thriving off it if the introductions are anything to go by. Big head kick attempted by Ibrahim to start the fight. Oh, frenetic pace being started. These men are absolutely swinging leather at one another.
Phil, they're letting it go.
There's only a couple of hundred invited guests here at this event due to COVID restrictions, but they are making the sound of a couple of thousand here tonight. Nice leg kick from Ibrahim, really chopping into the meat of the thigh. Nice duck under, but again, very close with the head kick was Ibrahim.
Mane does a brilliant job of seeming like he wants to grapple. When you overcome what feels like a grappling attempt, he's got a kick waiting for you.
Already looks like a more evolved fighter than last time we saw him. Clearly, he's been putting the work in. At Mahmoudi Gym in Paris, France.
Mane, nice little shift into a side kick to the thigh.
Sviridov yet to get going, is doing a good job of not getting hit, but he needs to start replying with a couple more strikes of his own. He does fight very well off the back foot. Perhaps he's trying to invite Ibrahim onto a shot.
Brave Nation, one of the keys to knocking your opponent out is timing. By timing, I mean you need to throw the shot
just
right
as you
the
said
person
it.
comes in, and that's what we're seeing right here.
Mystic correct again, dropping knowledge. A hallmark of Sviridov's fighting style is that he does skirt the outside. It's almost as if he's using that secondary outside black line as a marker. Oh, but a big shot there, returns with another big shot. Have we got the emergency services on top? Because this is a firefight. Both these men capable of finishing the fight with one shot.
Sviridov largely using distance to protect himself. Mane moving that head a little bit, keeping that head just off the center line as he stalks forward.
Again, nice kick there from Ibrahim. Swing and a miss, and literally that leg is like a baseball bat of Ibrahim.
Mane throwing shots, but he's not doing them stupidly. Throws a single shot out. If he feels wrong, he slips out to the side. He's smarting. It may look like he's just letting his hands go. He's not. He's fighting very, very smart here.
Oh, beautiful timing from Ibrahim, but Sviridov sneaks out the back like a thief in the night. This is such a fun fight. If many of the fights tonight have been a feast for the senses of the grappling heavy fight fans.
Referee's going to stop. The fighter's thumb slipped out of the container. Referee's going to put it back in, and we're on.
And you have to give credit to Ibrahim there. He was under no obligation to stop when Sviridov motioned to the referee. It's up to the referee to call that. So real gentlemanly instinct there from Ibrahim.
One of the many reasons, Phil, Brave Combat Federation is the best mixed martial arts organization in the world is the sportsmanship and character that they have. That said, if fighters want to be jerks, they can be jerks.
Nice front kick landed there. Sviridov, again, big shot over the top.
Big kick answered.
Again, it's almost nonchalant from Sviridov, and then he just lands something to let you know that he's still there, ready and willing to land a big shot. doesn't look like he's moving quickly, but he has such a good gauge of range and distance.
One of the characteristic setups that we see these Russians using is what I call playing possum. They'll hold back just a little bit, lower the hands just a little bit. Look like maybe they're not about to hurt you, and then they try and hurt you.
Big swing from Sviridov. Ibrahim Mane was able to evade. And like I said, if some of the previous fights that we've had tonight are a real celebration of the grappling in mixed martial arts, what we've seen there is a real celebration of the striking in mixed martial arts. Brave Combat Federation, a little bit of something for everybody, Kerry.
And a lot of bit of something for this crowd. We are surrounded by huge fans of Artur Sviridov, and he's giving the fans what they want.
See a little recap of some of the action here. Spinning attacks from Sviridov, and they started off just slinging punches at each other. Both these fighters just centimeters away from connecting with each other.
Exactly, Phil. I wanted to say we're seeing absolutely tremendous offense here, and just as nicely we're seeing defense. These are beautiful shots set up and then thrown unexpectedly, and they're missing by an inch, half an inch.
Beautiful timing on that kick from Ibrahim Mane. Just caught Sviridov perfectly as he was throwing the spinning kick, thusly off balance. Second round, here we go.
Accidental water bottle drop. As I've said, Phil, if you and I see officiating that we're not completely happy with, we don't bite our tongue. And I really, when I'm in a country where I see perfect officiating, I'm duty bound to say that too. These Russian officials are fantastic, and so's this fight.
Shout out to our own head of regulatory affairs, Mr. Decky Larkin. Unfortunately couldn't be here, but I'm sure he's watching and he's appreciating the standard of refereeing here. It's essentially a kickboxing match in MMA gloves, isn't it, Kieran? Great to watch. Again,
It is Phil, and Mane in particular is using threats of grappling to try to set up his kicks. He'll look like he's trying to go for a body lock. He might then, in theory, try and secure his hands together and sweep a leg out, reap a leg out. But I believe he's just waiting for his opponent to, quote-unquote, overcome that body lock when he throws a big kick.
It's another big kick, and he's really starting to focus in on that lead leg with push kicks just above the knee, with chopping leg kicks into the upper thigh. Now working the inside. There's another one of those push kicks. And as somebody with a fragile knee, that just makes me shudder.
Philly's got a little advantage here in terms of limb length, and he's using that to good advantage. He's staying just on the outside, and he's pot-shotting that leg now over and over from a relatively safe vantage point.
I don't know about that, Carrick, but his legs are definitely longer. Nice kick to the body from Ibrahim Mane.
Sviridov struggling just a little bit to overcome this difference in reach.
Just shy with the head kick. Again, the head movement of Mane, it may look like, he was lucky to evade the shot, but it is mastery of head movement and distance control. Oh, big head kick. That landed clean. Sviridov just ate that. That was a huge head kick. Another one. Sviridov can definitely take a shot. Nice stiff jab again from Mane.
Part of a big headshot, Phil, does come from things you're born with, but the greater part of it, in my opinion, is conditioning. It's getting that neck strong, and it's getting your cardio endurance so your muscles don't have to go slack. Russian fighters train harder than any fighters I know, and I think that's the central root of this tremendous ability to take a shot that's straight in front of us.
Trying to land a big shot over the top. Switching stances as Ibrahim Mane trying to give his opponent different looks. Switching back into the orthodox stance. The problem when you have the style of Sviridov is that counter-striking, fighting on the back foot. Sometimes, unless you're getting your shots off, it can look to the judges like you're retreating a little bit, like you're not being offensive-minded enough. But you need a willing dance partner who will be offensive and push you back to get those counter shots off.
Very smart, I think, by Manet to not be stepping in there and going 1, 2, 3, 1, 2 high kick. If that happened, he would give his opponent the time to land a potential knockout blow. But he's popping in, popping out, maintaining the distance he needs to, I think, pull ahead pretty handily in this round.
Doing a good job of, as you say, Carrick, not diving in, not chasing down his opponent, picking his shots, accumulating the points, accumulating the damage. Obviously, he's done his research on Artur. Oh, huge front kick to the face.
There's a benefit to landing all those low kicks. You land a low kick, your partner starts to think low. Oh, my calf hurts. Oh, that thigh hurts. Inner thigh hurts. And it makes landing that ball of the foot up to the chin that much easier.
The slap that came off that just cocked the head of Sviridov right back. Switching into southpaw, back to orthodox, constantly forcing his opponent to make different reads and adaptations in the fight. Front kick to the body this time. It's just the frequency and intelligence of his shot selection that's so impressive, Kieran. Oh, he tries to go up high again.
Again, Brave Nation, sometimes it's... Oh! Side kick was slipped. Big opportunity for Sviridov. Didn't come to fruition this time, and round 2 ends.
No touch of gloves at the end of the round. They're all business until the very end of the fight for these gentlemen. But right now, the impetus, the onus is really on Artur Sviridov to figure out the puzzle that is Ibrahim Manet in this fight.
It is. He's got a counter-fighting style that ordinarily works for him, but with an opponent who has just a bit longer limb length, stays on the outside and only chooses single shots. He isn't having much luck with it. Shades of Anderson Silva with that front snap kick right up the middle to the chin. That would right knock out a lesser fighter.
Right on the chin, cocks the head right back. Even Carlos Kramer sitting beside us is impressed with the strikes being thrown here. And that's a man who's seen more fights than most of us have had hot dinners. So to impress him, you have to show some serious skills. What do you say to Sviridov in this kind of situation if you're his corner?
He's got to dictate the distance between the two of them. He cannot move around the edge, waiting for his opponent to edge in. He's got to pop in, pop out, pop in, throw a combination, pop out, draw his opponent to throw shots from a little bit farther away than he wants to, and then throw a counter. But he cannot move methodically in a circular direction, or it's going to be rinse, repeat, and potentially a 30-27 fight.
So a little bit more impetus needed, a little bit more urgency from Sviridov. But when you have a particular fighting style that has worked for you so successfully, is it hard to break from that?
A little bit hard. He doesn't need to change it. He just needs to add to it a little bit. He just needs to add a little bit more forward and back movement. Same style, same waiting for the attack, same counter, but just don't let the opponent dictate the distance that the strike comes in from that you're going to counter.
He's already doing that. This is as central as we've seen him in the cage in the entirety of the fight. Once again, Carrick Jeunesse says it, and it happens.
There he goes.
Ibrahim Manet showing his MMA IQ. Another front kick to the face. Charging forward this time. And instead of skipping out, Sviridov is maintaining the center of the cage here.
Sviridov, Phil, is now proving adept at not just slipping kicks, but slipping them to the side so the opponent's weight comes in. If it happens a third or a fourth time, that could give him the opportunity for the knockout shot he's clearly looking for.
Whereas he would have been skirting the outside of that black line for most of the fight, he's now staying in and around the periphery of that black line, more often than not inside it. Artur trying to call Ibrahim on. Mane doesn't need to break from what he's doing. As far as he's concerned and his corner are concerned, probably winning the fight, so why would you take any kind of crazy risk?
Nice to see Sviridov showing a little initiation now, not simply trying to counter when he wants. Kick accidentally went just a little low. Referee's going to let it continue. No harm, no foul. You see Mane try to clinch again. Wait for that right high kick that comes after it.
Nice work on the inside leg kick from Ibrahim Mane. As I say, potentially this is the best he's looked in his brave career so far.
He's going to look to answer that, Phil. He's going to look to answer that with a hard blow of his own. When you try and land a big shot, that's, of course, when you're most vulnerable to eating a big shot in return. Little change in attitude here, potentially.
The halfway point of the third and final round in our co-main event here.
Mane shifting, stalking. Force Sviridov back in towards that gutter.
Oh, and now a little bit of phone box fighting. Don't think anything landed expressly clean for either man there. Again, Ibrahim Mane just adding points, money in the bank. Attacking that front leg. I'm surprised it's not more visibly compromised due to the amount of punishment it's taken. Big takedown.
Crowd goes wild.
Mane has a hold of that neck. Sviridov pops out.
Big choice for Sviridov here now. He's got to decide, does he rain down elbows or does he try and pass guard?
Ibrahim Mane trying to get in on a Kimura here. Not quite sure if it's intended as a submission or a means to
Can
sweep.
be a submission, can be a sweep, and can be a means to stand up. You're looking to use it to submit. It's a real thing right here.
Oh, and he's just trying to get the angle.
It's a real thing. He's angled out, Phil.
Oh, he's
getting close.
He's cut the angle. Oh, he's so close to getting the angle he needs on this. Sviridov can of course grab his own shorts. He's not allowed to grab the shorts of Ibrahim Mane.
Hard to explain the danger, Brave Nation, but from that position, that upper arm, that humerus was close to breaking.
How calm is Ibrahim Mane? He's able to, in the middle of the cage, trying to work for a fight any submission, communicate to his corner, and that looks tight.
It's not quite there.
What is the arm of Sviridov made of? Oh, it's going to break the arm.
It's getting close, but it's not quite where it needs to be. He needs to pull that elbow down towards his chin.
Oh, wow. That is absolutely huge. The human arm is not constructed to bend that way.
That wasn't just where I stopped breathing. That was where my heart stopped beating.
Fantastic heart from Artur Sviridov, but is it a little bit too little too late at this stage of the fight?
Round ends.
Fantastic fight, and these fighters can only be separated by the judges.
This is our third Russia versus the world bout. First one, Russia versus Ukraine, went Russia's way. Russia versus Patterson, Kamil Magomedov versus Sam Patterson, went England's way. Now we've got Russia in the form of Artur Sviridov versus France in the form of Ibrahim Mane.
The crowd here clearly showing their love and support for their local fighter, also showing respect for Ibrahim Mane.
I do want to emphasize once again how beautiful the crowd is, how beautiful the Russian people are. They absolutely appreciate a great athletic performance, and they'll cheer both sides. even if it's a Frenchman. Wouldn't happen in America. We don't cheer Frenchmen. Cheese-eating surrender monkeys that they are.
Sacre bleu. All right, good luck getting out of France if we ever do a show there, Carrick. Yep.
I say that as a French-American. Tongue-in-cheek.
Cheese in cheek. Yep.
Hand over heart, looking up at the tricolor.
Back to the action that we saw in the cage. Both these gentlemen leaving it in there. And again, I said it during the fight, it's perhaps the best Ibrahim Mane has looked inside the Brave Arena in his 4th appearance.
And Phil, this is perhaps the most miserable moment in the fight. The fight's over. There is absolutely nothing more you can do to win or lose. You're waiting for a bunch of guys to write down a bunch of numbers on a piece of paper, transcribe and put them onto another piece of paper, hand them to somebody, that somebody runs them to somebody. It is a miserable time. This is not where you want to be right now. You want to be standing there with your hands raised. We think we know who won, but we don't. That's why the oldest saying in the sport is don't leave it in the hands of the judges. That's what we had here. We also had a terrific fight. I've got no complaints about anything.
Both these fighters pacing back and forward. The anticipation, the nerves in the arena are now palpable. Ibrahim Mane looks confident. He feels like he's done enough. Scores being tabulated now. Carlos Kramer in consultation with the judges. As you say, I'm sure you've explained the difficulty when you're in somewhere where English isn't the indigenous language, nor is the English alphabet the indigenous alphabet used.
100%, Phil. We've held events now in 24 different countries. We've probably encountered over 50 different languages as we do it. Right now, the officials are all working in Cyrillic, and there has to be a translation from Cyrillic to English because Carlos Kramer, like myself, does not read it. And we want to make sure it gets done absolutely, positively, correctly. It has been. And Carlos Kramer, the Roaring Lion of Brave, is entering the Brave Combat Federation cage to make it official.
All right, Brave Nation, what an incredible co-main event of the evening. Give it up for both of these warriors. After 3 incredible rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards. Your first judge scores about 29-29. Your next judge scores about 29-29. And your third judge scores about 29-29. We have a unanimous draw, ladies and gentlemen.
Brave Nation, that is a highly, highly, highly unusual score. Crowd seems very happy with it. All 3 judges scored it the exact same way, 29-29.
I'm here. The result was a draw. I'm here with one of our fighters, Artur Sviridov. Artur, do you feel that the result was fair looking back on the result?
Итак, дамы и господа, у нас ничья. Я здесь с одним из наших бойцов. Скажи, пожалуйста, согласен ли ты с результатами поединка?
Я не знаю, судьи решают. Я не работаю, если честно. Я просто стоял, не мог подобрать дистанцию. У меня нет оправдания по этому поводу. Я готов был нормально, просто застоялся и все, ничего не сделал.
I am very overwhelmed right now. I can't share my feelings, but the judges has done their job, and I go with it.
Well, congratulations. It was a fantastic fight. Hopefully, we may see a rematch at some stage. Congratulations, sir. Thank you.
Наши поздравления. Это был потрясающий бой. Надеемся увидеть тебя снова.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with our other fighter, Ibrahim Mane. Ibrahim, what were your thoughts when the decision was announced as a draw?
Итак, дамы и господа, я здесь с нашим вторым соперником Ибрагимом. Ибрагим, скажи, что ты думаешь о том, когда ты узнал, что результатом стала ничья?
First time. Hello, Russia. So, I not understand this decision, really. I take all the one. I take the first one, second one, and last one. He give me the takedown, but I walk in. So I don't know. So.
Прежде всего, я бы хотел поприветствовать всех собравшихся здесь. И я не знаю, что сегодня произошло, но это случилось, и результатом стала ничья.
Now, I know you're disappointed that it was a draw, but would you be interested in a rematch?
Я знаю, ты разочарован, что результатом стала ничья, но заинтересован ли ты в реванше?
Yeah, me. If you want rematch today, tonight, tomorrow, is the same. I'm working every day for that. This is my job, you know. So I'm not happy with this decision because I'm working every day. I'm working hard. I'm coming here, Russia. My family is French, so okay.
Я готов к реваншу в абсолютно любой момент. Это моя работа, моя семья смотрит за мной. Я работал очень усердно, и я разочарован, честно говоря, результатом. Я готов к реваншу.
Well, Ibrahim, in my opinion, that was the best you've looked in the Brave Arena. I know it's difficult now, but congratulations on a fantastic performance, and we hope to see you again soon. Ladies and gentlemen, Ibrahim Mane.
Getting a little replay, courtesy of Green Hill, of some of the terrific action that we saw in that 29-29 bout. In the absence of a point deduction, it's extremely hard to get there, but I did work out the math. It can happen in theory, and it did happen in reality. Beautiful hook kick, little loss of the footing. Beautiful, that was certainly the kick of the night. Shades of Anderson Silva there. Front snap kick coming right up the middle.
Yeah, me. If you want rematch today, tonight, tomorrow, is the same. I'm working every day for that. This is my job, you know. So I'm not happy with this decision because I'm working every day. I'm working hard. I'm coming here, Russia. My family is French, so okay.
Я готов к реваншу в абсолютно любой момент. Это моя работа, моя семья смотрит за мной. Я работал очень усердно, и я разочарован, честно говоря, результатом. Я готов к реваншу.
Well, Ibrahim, in my opinion, that was the best you've looked in the Brave Arena. I know it's difficult now, but congratulations on a fantastic performance, and we hope to see you again soon. Ladies and gentlemen, Ibrahim Mane.
Getting a little replay, courtesy of Green Hill, of some of the terrific action that we saw in that 29-29 bout. In the absence of a point deduction, it's extremely hard to get there, but I did work out the math. It can happen in theory, and it did happen in reality. Beautiful hook kick, little loss of the footing. Beautiful, that was certainly the kick of the night. Shades of Anderson Silva there. Front snap kick coming right up the middle. And there it was from a different angle. Absolutely phenomenal kick to the chin. And there was that submission. This was the end of it. It came very, very close to breaking the arm, but obviously did not quite. And there, both fighters have their hands raised. Mane's face covered with a little bit of amazement. He thought, as he told Phil Campbell, Irish Thunder, he said, I thought I run round 1, 2, and 3. I'm not sure what happened, but what happened is the bout has been declared a unanimous draw.
The official